Monday, ba 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 da da da. Sure looks good to me. Ba 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 da ba ba. It's Monday morning. Ba 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 da ba ba. Time to look at all the tabletop role-playing game sales, free stuff, and bundles. Ba ba ba. Pretty sure that's how the song goes. What's up, my nerds? Good morning and welcome. It is a lovely Monday morning here at Site B at 8:51. I'm a little late because daylight savings time was yesterday, so of course. It's the 11th day of March 2024, and it's Monday, which means it's time to head on over to ENWorld. Thank you, as always, ENWorld, to check out all the tabletop role-playing games, sales, charity stuff, and, of course, the bundles, which we love. As always, these are PDFs. There are no physical products involved. Just reminding you, because these are PDFs and digital files and FTCs and all those other things, before you install or open any of these, I highly recommend you check them for viruses, malware, phishing things, and all those other horrible, insidious things that run around the interweb these days. In regards to the charities, maybe there's a charity you want to donate to, like Team Primetime, but you don't want the bundle. You know, you can always just go to GoFundMe or go directly to the charities page and donate directly and not have to deal with the middleman. All right, let's take a look, starting with our freebies this week. Don't think there's a theme this week, but it's, Easter would be the only theme I would think. Okay, starting up on Drive-Thru and Chaosium. As you know, they're doing this big contest thing for Chaosium. And they have put the ORC license for basic role-playing up. So if you want the most current SRD open source license to be able to make product for Chaosium, it's available for free. Wormworks has released the accessible version of the 5e SRD in Braille. The book is available in Braille format for dynamic Braille readers and embossers, as well as Braille format editable for Braille Blaster and further customization. Of course, you wouldn't know that because if you're blind, you can't read this. There are printers, or at least there used to be printers. I'm assuming they still exist that can print out Braille documents that require a special, hard, a little bit harder than normal type paper because it does the little dots in it. I've seen them. Pretty much works as exactly the normal printer. Except of course it doesn't require ink. Instead it just uses like a little needle things to go and to do the things in Braille. And then, it takes up about as much paper as a normal document would, minus the artwork. So that's a thing. I don't know how somebody who is blind would know that this is available unless there was a audio version of this or a Braille version of this document that I go through every Monday to tell them, hey, the 5e SRD 5.1 is in Braille now. But yeah, it's out there. So if any of you that are listening to the sound of my voice are visually impaired and use a Braille printer, it's available now. Moving on. From Quest Happens, we have the Mystery Matrix, a system-agnostic guide to making clue-based adventures. So a guide to how to write mysteries for gaming. Watch Scooby-Doo. Watcher DM has given us a one-page dungeon for Shadow Dark called Borrow of the Raging Storm. Andrew Dowell has released Ghost Club RPG, the coloring book, a 21-page coloring book full of ghosts and ghost hunters ready to be finished with your addition to color. Coloring book, yep, you download it, you print it out, you get your crayons, fun. Free coloring book, who doesn't love that? Watcher DM has also released Watcher DM Stock Art 2024, a collection of 80 fantasy line art illustrations in transparent PNG format. So you can just integrate them into your product as long as you give Watcher DM credit that you used his stock art. One Page Adventures has released a 5e campaign called Sunless Sky, a collection of 7 regions, 7 towns, 7-point crawl locations, and a 28 one-page dungeon covering material from level 1 through 10, which you can mix together to create your own adventure path. So 7, 7, 7, 28, 1 through 10. 7 plus 7 is 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, Ooh, nope. You were 6 pages short. So if it's 7 plus 7 plus 7, they would need a couple more pages. And then it would be 1 through level 7. Then it would just be the, then you could call it 5e campaign for the 7less sky or the sunless 7. I'm probably reading too much into it, but there was a gimmick there and you missed it. Anyways, it's a free adventure. So, fun stuff. Hewing ENWorld has released Cooking and Camping, a 5e sourcebook for cooking, crafting, setting camp, and a new cooking skill that can turn materials harvested from your adventuring into delicious deals. What could this be inspired by? What extremely popular, extremely awesome Netflix anime could this be inspired by, where they go through a dungeon and everything they kill, they turn into food? Okay, if you have Netflix and you haven't seen Delition and Dungeon, it's amazing. It's the best D&D anime I've seen in a while, and you cannot watch it and not get hungry. So, yeah. Thank you for Huey. A free D&D cookbook kind of thing. What do I... Because, sooner or later, somebody's going to ask, okay, now that we've killed this, can we cook it and eat it? In fact, we know people have been asking that for years. James McAllen has brought us Space Structures, a guide to Beyond PlanetSide for Cyberpunk 2020. Beyond PlanetSide was the space take on Cyberpunk 2020. It's 200 pieces of equipment for leaving the bounds of Earth, and special new rules for heading into the deep dark. So free rules for taking Cyberpunk into space. I am going to mispronounce your words, sir, but Heinrich Teufersverlag, Heinrich, Heinrich, Teufers, Tuffers, Verlag, Verlag, has released Mytholonia, a post-apocalypse fantasy RPG that uses a D4 system because, the D4 doesn't get enough love. So this is a brand new system and a brand new setting where you get races and species and you travel around in a fantasy post-apocalyptic world. From Bleeding Deacons, we have Tragedy at Glimmertail Mine, a 3rd level 5e adventure sending party into, wait for it, a mine, which has been overrun by giant ant-o-like monstrosities. Ant-o-like, O-L-I-K-E. I'm assuming they meant ant-like monstrosities, but I don't know. It looks like the O was there on purpose. So what is O-like? Is that like some word? O-L-I-K-E? No. There's a website called O-like. There's a podcast called O-like. There's a city in Indonesia called O-like, O-L-I-K-E. There is a game company called O-like Games. There's a smartwatch brand called O-like. Excuse me. Okay, so O-like is a thing. Cool. I like it when we learn something new. As long as we're going mine, there is a Candle Obscura adventure from Gavin Bastiennes, Bastiensz, where you go into a mine for Candle Obscura. So what is driving miners insane in this It's Not Call of Cthulhu weird game? Over at DM's Guild, Al Stover has released Bookworm's Birthday Gift, a Waterdeep encounter celebrating the birthday of a wizard, but the wizard doesn't want to celebrate his birthday. So this is an adventure where you go to try and find the perfect present in Waterdeep for this wizard who doesn't want you to celebrate his birthday and leave him alone. Because, that's a fun adventure, a shopping adventure. Well, I mean, you could make a shopping adventure fun. It's been done. There would have to be some conflict, and some shenanigans, but it could be done as a one-shot. Henry Bardwell gives us another entry in his fantastically boring series of locations. This one is in Baldur's Gate, and it is the Soesfoot district for fans of Baldur's Gate, describing the area on the eastern ridge of the city housing rat catchers, leech collectors, night soil agents, and others who handle the most disgusting jobs of the city. So the goblins. From RJ Curer, we have a first level adventure called Plague Breakers, where you have to try and get the cure for a plague. I need a new chair. Listen to this. Yeah. Into the city of Mistbart. If you're about to finish the D&D starter set Stormwick Isle and you want to continue the adventure, Keith Stonefield brings us Cultist Cove, a fifth level adventure specifically designed to pick up where Stormwick Isle leaves off, probably by getting you off the island. And if you went with the beginner box over the starter set and picked up Lost Mines of Phandelver, the single best 5e adventure that Wizards of the Coast has made, there's a starter adventure from Rohirrim Press that somehow connects Lost Mines of Phandelver with Out of the Abyss. Those aren't normally the two I would connect, considering Out of the Abyss has its own start. But maybe you end Mines of Phandelver, get captured, come to, begin Out of the Abyss. Right? I don't know. There's other 5e adventures I would think would connect better to Phandelver, like, Dragon Queen, Elemental Princes. Yeah, there's a few, but okay. I guess I could see how it worked. Jay Keller has released the Moonlit Market Festival, a single session standalone adventure set during the Moonless Festival, where there's all sorts of shenanigans going on because, hey, the moon's out. It's an eclipse. It's a perfectly dark night. What kind of weird shenanigans could go on in a party that's supposed to just be a harmless festival celebrating the lunar eclipse? And meanwhile, finally, hey, our good friend, the Basic Expert, has released White Box, the original medieval fantasy adventure campaign, link down below, which links together Chainmail with the 3 little brown books and the 3 classes, Cleric, Fighting Man, and Magic User. Everything is the classic stuff, plus a hex generator and more. He's been working on this forever. It is already released, whatever the highest or second highest is on drive-thru. So congratulations to our good friend, the Basic Expert, for getting this out, this love letter to the OSR classic White Box stuff without the politics that Wizards of the Coast is trying to shove down our throats. So if you want to see the original books, pick this up. And it's probably a lot cheaper than what Wizards is going to charge us. Congratulations, Basic Expert. Lightning round. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 new monsters and maps. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new subclasses, backgrounds, and feats, all available at DM's Guild. All right, bundles and sales. The Drive-Thru Dungeon Masters Guild and Roll20 Dungeon Master Day sales are still going on. 40% off. Today is the last day. So if you want to go to the Drive-Thru Dungeon Masters Guild or Roll20 and look for the DM's Day sale, it'll be a big banner on the top and tons of stuff marked down for 40% off. Happy birthday, Kobold Press. Kobold Press is celebrating their 18th birthday. Each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of this month, they'll be marking something down, 18%. So head on over to Kobold Press to check what's on sale today. Or isn't there some hullabaloo over the weekend about Kobold Press doing something that people were upset about? I don't remember. I'll have to look into it. But I seem to recall something happened. Oh, no. Something happened. Dragon's Mlab, spelled Dragon, MLAB. Has released some monster tokens for your virtual tabletop of choice. These tokens include undead, goblins, orcs, bandits, and other such things and cost $3. He has also released a collection of character tokens with some more bundles for your favorite VTT, including warriors, wizards, clerics, blah, 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 for $3. Alpha Strikes Game has released a map bundle of sci-fi related stuff, lunar bases, moon things, general sci-fi maps that could be on the moon for $3. Solution is back, spelled SOLU7ION, with more cyberpunk maps, including buildings, landmarks, and other things in both 1080p and gorgeous 4K for $30. $30 for maps that you can pretty much just get for free. And we have the Solo Adventures in the Underdark bundle, featuring a bunch of 5e adventures that you can play with one DM or one player, or by yourself, because if there's any place you should go adventuring by yourself in 5e, it's the Underdark. That's the most perfectly safe location there is. Nothing bad happens in the Underdark. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. That is the worst place to go by yourself, even in 5e. Moving on to bundles. Our good friend Owen Casey Steffens is still looking for help dealing with the multiple costs of having cancer in the United States. There is a GoFundMe up that helps to cover the medical treatments as he fights cancer. This is an ever-growing collection of stuff. So please just go to his GoFundMe. Even $1 helps Stephen. And as somebody who's had relatives deal with the cancer, you know, the worst part of cancer isn't the cancer. The worst part of cancer is paying for cancer. Because, oh my God, the hospitals will just grind every dollar and cent out of you. Mean Green Press is hosting the Hope Jam bundle for Ichio, featuring 34 indie tabletop role-playing games running from now to December, featuring 31 adventures, all based around the themes of hope, including solar punk, no such fucking thing, hope punk, definitely no such fucking thing, fantasy, horror, cyberpunk, post-apocalypse, and over. This is $15. It goes to support the Honor the Earth charity, and it says it ends March 16th, but here it says it ends in December. So, no, it ends eventually. Over at Bundle of Holding, Britannica Games has a collection of for Chivalry and Rising Sun bundle. Chivalry and Sorcery was their take on fantasy, and Rising Sun, of course, is their take on vaguely Oriental type stuff that we can't talk about without being accused of racial appropriation. These are both $15, and they go to support children charities in the area. Goodman Games is a huge DCC and MCC bundle up for $40. Goes to support children. No Kids Hungry, which are charities that make sure kids in schools get food. This is tons of stuff for DCC and MCC, including a 20% off coupon to get the physical copies of DCC and MCC, Dungeon Crawl Classic and Mutant Crawl Classic. As you know, Dungeon Crawl Classic is my favorite D20 retro clone. Modifius has released a bundle for Dune because, I don't know, might have something to do with the movie that just came out that is breaking records at the box office. This bundle is $18, the most popular pledge. It goes to support a charity called Water. Pretty sure that's a type O. I don't know. Give me $20, and in return, I'll give it to my water. I'll walk over to a lake and throw the $20. No, it probably is like something like Watershed or something like that. Anyways, if you want to get a huge collection of stuff for Dune from the Modifius 2D20 section, there you go. And then you can say things about sand. Sadly, no, you do not get the popcorn tin with this bundle. Because we know how popular the Dune popcorn tin it was, right, guys? Right? Who thought that was a good idea? That's all the bundles this week. Links down below to the ones I like. Of course, the DTCC bundle I've got a link to, and the bundle for Basic Expert I've got a link to, and the Modifius bundle because sand. If you pick up any of these, let me know what you think of them. And thank you for spending a few minutes listening to me talk about this stuff. And as always, thank you, ENWorld, for providing us those links. If you appreciate this content, don't forget my stuff is out. In fact, you know what? Let's just forget everything I just said for the 19 minutes because my brand new product, Wretched Supermax, has just became available. Link down below. For $5, you can get the final word for Wretched Vigilantes, Wretched Darkness, Wretched's Conspiracy, as I combined all three campaign settings to present you with the super prisons where we put these captured beings. Where do we put captured aliens? Where do we put captured ghosts? Where do we put captured supervillains in the Wretched universe? Wretched Supermax. Pick that up from Red Room or Giant Slayer Games for $5. The final word in the first Wretched Vigilantes story arc. first, you say, OGGM? What does that mean? Find out later. Talk to you soon. Have a great day. Get out of my land.